salut. Bon, il est 5h du mat. Personne n'est levé. Donc je vais pas faire de bruit. Tout le monde est levé. Tout le monde est couché, je veux dire. Le mec qui raconte n'importe quoi. Mais bon, je vais en profiter quand même. C'est mal au dos, je peux pas rester dans mon lit. Donc plutôt que de perdre mon temps, je vais avancer sur mon dessin. trop splitter. Find someone enjoying something that isn't fucking anime. Love it. Yeah, I'm not really into anime. Hello and welcome. Welcome to my channel. Now I'm working on my own fantasy world, Aldwarone. Attends. Is it better? Yeah, I don't know where you are, but we are in France, and it's 5:15 in the morning, and everybody is asleep, so I'm trying to speak quietly. How you doing? Where are you coming from? Oh yeah, I see. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. So it's 9 p.m. from which day? Because it's Tuesday here. USA. So I guess it's still Monday. Still Monday. I'm talking to you from the future. It's Tuesday here. So yeah, not drawing anime, drawing traditionally with ballpoint pen, and drawing card game. So the idea behind this project is to use really simple classic card game mechanics, like the crazy eight, or the happy family, this kind of game, but telling an all new story with the card being illustrated to tell that story. So physically you're playing the really well-known mechanic of a card game, but as as you have illustration from the story that being told for that game, you're not feeling like you're playing that old traditional card game. I'm not sure if it's clear what I'm saying, but okay, cool. So I made up the first card game last year with no story. It was just a classic card game. That's not the card I have over my head because it's already second set. But first set was with the diamond, the clubs, the spade, and the heart. It's the four main banners of my world. And the clubs being the big villain, the warlocks. Diamond being the wizards, the good wizards. Hearts being the medieval guys, and the spade being the orcs. I'm not sure I want to have, I want to have the face of Trump in my card game. I'm not sure. That's the thing, because the fun fact, actually, even for you, is that all the figures of my card games are real people. So the first set I did draw last year was friend and family. The one that I'm drawing this year is still friend and family, but I'm planning to do 11 sets, so I have more than 540 cards to draw. I don't have any enough friend or family, so now it's open to anybody that wants to have his face on the card game. So if you're up to that, you can tell me. I don't know if you have Facebook, but I can send you to Aldwarone's Facebook, and you can pick up the character you like to play for the next game, and you can have your face on the game. And thank you for the follow. Thank you. So I guess from the States I will be streaming quite late usually, because I'm not that early usually. It's just that my back was hurting me on my bed, so I'm like, it's no point to stay in my bed. I'm gonna go and walk a little bit. So I'm not that early usually. But yeah, if you come across my channel once in a while, I'll be pleased to see you back there. Yeah, you were a drawer before? Yeah, but sometimes drawing can help you to go through shit stuff. It all depends, how you need to draw. I found this project, my personal project, Aldwarone, it's a very personal, and it's just because I need to draw. It's not like something I do as a hobby. Really, something that I need to do. Happy to find something that whatever I feel like, always something to draw with that project, with so many different vibes, so many different races, so many different cards to draw, that there's always something to draw. Sometimes it's elves and sometimes it's undead people, so depending of the heavy stuff that I want to release, I can do nice little happy things like sprites, or I can draw fucking stuff or fucked up stuff. Hey Captain Makeupper, bonjour, tu démarres quand je vais me coucher? je démarre quand j'ai mal au dos. Putain de pieu de merde. Bref. Horror. But I like to draw a lot of, different stuff. Horror and nice stuff as well. But yeah, it's always, fantasy stuff. So, and with fantasy stuff, I can really draw, crazy stuff like that, or really nice little things, So I can draw monster, horrific monster, as much as I can draw a squirrel with an armor. So that's what I like about this universe. And as it's my universe, this one, I can draw whatever I want. That's the beauty of it. Je crois que c'est cette première carte qui va déterminer la couleur du reste. Parce que je pense que je vais faire le tour, la couleur du bandage. On va garder cette couleur pour les autres morts-vivants. Yeah, I think this card is gonna, because it's the first one of the undead, and that's the one that gonna open the march. I don't know how to say that. Open the way to the other cards about this frame around the card. Was not sure of the color, but I think it's gonna be the color of the bandage of the first. Oh no, never. I don't draw anime. I draw, usually it's realistic stuff, so all the cards you see over my head, that's the style of my drawings. If you want, I can show you my Instagram so you can check it out while you're here. There you go. Well, don't mind too much the sword fight, because that's something I like to do as well. But as for drawings, that's where my a lot of fantasy drawing. Yeah, like I said, that's my juice. So yeah, you'll see a lot of that. From time to time, a classic portrait, because it's, you know, my full-time job. But I mean, my full-time job is to animate art classes in my studio over there. But beside that, I draw portraits and illustration. And when I don't have drawing commission, I'm drawing my own stuff. Sophie Marceau played the Queen of France. Yeah, Sophie Marceau. Yeah, most of what you see is ballpoint pen made, which is usually the tool I use. So I guess talking about drawing realistic stuff, I can't do better than that. Ok, je crois qu'on a tout le corps. is a crushy fox. Greeting from damage. Oh, hello, hello. Hello, dog. Dodger. Raid. I didn't get the raid. Greetings, everybody. I missed something? Apparently I missed a raid. Oh, we are raiding from Discord. Okay. Okay. That's why I didn't get any heads up. So how is everybody? Welcome. For those who don't know me, I'm Alain Barbeau, French illustrator, portrait painter, and since last year I'm working on my own project, which is a collection of fantasy cards. From my own universe, Aldwarone. And today I'm working on the first card of the Dead, the Alchemist of the Dead. It looks so good, thank you very much. Which won't be able to chat, but he sent his record. Alright, okay. Hey syrups, what they say. He's currently logged out of his Twitch account, so he streamed on the Discord server and came over here. Oh, that's great. Cobart, hey Cobart, yep, Twitch is being kind of the butt for him. Okay, that's weird. I didn't know that. So yeah, so the idea of the project is to tell stories with cards using, very classic mechanics that everybody knows about with classic card games. So the first set I did draw last year was a classic 54 cards deck with diamond, clubs, heart, and spades, which is the foundation of the whole thing, presenting the four main banners, colors of my story. Just little portraits. That's the card you see over my head. And so every year I'm gonna draw a new set of cards using a new mechanic and a new story. And the card will be illustrated to tell that story, so you can play that story. And but using, classic mechanics, like the Happy Family, for example, which is a very basic kids mechanic here in France. We call that the seven family. The seven families in France. But I'm taking that mechanic, the way we are playing that game, but changing the story with new heads. In that case, the heads are the ace, the rider, the alchemist, the jack, the queen, and the king. And it allowed me to introduce 8 new colors, 8 new banners, 8 new race. And year after year we're gonna get a new set of cards that will, complete the collection. And so at the end of the collection, you're gonna have more than 540 cards from the same collection, the same universe, the same back of a card, the same presentation, so you can go ahead and pick up all the cards you want. You know, if you want to have a classic card deck with dark stuff like undead, vampires, you know, warlocks and orcs, you can do that. Or if you want something more light, like the elves and the sprites and the wizards, and you know, you can do that as well. The idea is that when I finish the collection, you can pick up any deck you like and mix it up and do your own deck to play the card you know, the game you like to play. We'll have already, you know, like a dozen of different game, but maybe you know a game that will go well with those cards, and so you can do whatever you want with it. Sorry, I'm late from the meet-rate, but I'm here for the art and already enjoy it. Hey, how you doing, Rizchi? It's very early in the morning in France, so don't expect me to be able to articulate tricky names. I'm very bad at this, sorry. But yeah, welcome. Came out so good, and it's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, it starts from a very lazy idea, which was, you know, I just want to draw cards with no, you know, rules that I need to made up. Just want to draw and have fun. So I said, I'm gonna draw a classic card game. You know, 54 set, easy peasy. But last year when I finished that project, I'm like, okay, but now back to square one. I finished that, so what do? So my son said, just as a joke, why you don't do the Happy Family game? So yeah, I took that as a joke, and then I think about it and say, you know what, yeah, we can do that. We can take classic card game mechanics. I'm not talking about, you know, card games that are around with, you know, people that really think about their mechanics. I'm talking about classic mechanics that you can do with a 54 card game mechanic, you know. And yeah, taking those mechanics and you know, telling tales and illustrating those cards. And yeah, that became the project. So for now, I'm planning to do 11 card games, 11 sets of 54 card games. But we never know. Maybe I will find a mechanic that I don't know that allowed me to tell another tale, and maybe we have 12. I will for sure get the deck. I have plans to work with your card deck, and if the principle of role-playing game called the Hungry Year, and with that create a wondrous adventure for my friends and kids. Just gonna figure out how to work on that and decide on which card I want. I mean, for now, the first deck is available on sale. It's on Philibert for those who know those. I don't know. It's on my blog as well. Yeah, the only problem is the post. You know, the fee cost for sending it to US is quite high, actually, because my card game is like €17. I don't know how much is in dollar or pound, I don't know, but it's 17 euro. And but to send it in the US, for example, I think it's 24 euro that you have to add on that. So yeah, it can become very expensive for just a card game, but I can't do nothing about that, unfortunately, because it's just the post phase. Yes, I've seen those and been very hype for them. And then you started the next deck, and now I'm trying to figure out. I thought I want those for my for I thought I want these more, and I'm in Europe too, so the import tax and all less. Oh yeah, I think it's 14. It's 14 for Europe. But yeah, we're gonna have, because like I say, it's only the second deck that I'm drawing right now, which means all the colors that I'm presenting with that deck, the 8 new colors. So we have the dwarves, the elves, the sprites, the Celtic sky. We have barbarians, we have undead, we have vampires, and we have bogats. And so with that second deck, we only have the figures, the faces, and all the games that will come after that will be about the value, the value cards from 2 to 10. And so you'll get the value of, for example, with the third game, you'll get the value of the barbarians, the Celtics, the dwarves, and the elves. And you'll play with the Crazy 8 game. And the story about the Crazy 8 game will be the fact that orcs have been taking villages, but the Heart Queen, the Queen of Heart, asking his lords to find, to propose to her new banners that can go together to form a little army to, clean up those villages from the orcs. And so the idea is that you're playing a lord that trying to assemble banners, and the one that will assemble the more banners will get the right to talk about, to being heard to the queen. And that's the mechanic of the happy family. The one that assemble the more family will win the game. That's exactly the same rule. Except that you're not playing that story with daddy and mommy and granddad and no, you're trying to assemble those figures from the same banner. And so of course the third game you'll play the what's come next will be, and that will be the fact that, so in the third game you'll play the orcs, and that are behind those barricades, and you'll see four banners forming an army trying to take you out. So the cards you have in your hand are the warriors that trying to make you try to enter the barricades in your village. And so that's the story. But you're going to play Crazy 8, which is the Uno, for those who know that game as well. And yeah, fourth game will be about Dwarf's Bank, and so you're gonna have the tarot cards that is gonna come as well. And so game after game, the value card will come, and so in the end, all the race and the colors will have a complete set. heard a game before, but I'm into it. Love that. I mean, the old games. I mean, the first deck don't come with any rules because it's just a classic card game. But from the one that I'm drawing right now, we're gonna have the rules as well. So I guess I'm gonna have to translate it, so you know how to play anyway. And but I guess it's even better not knowing the games, because you're gonna discover that game through that story and those visuals, which really what is funny is that it's really those classic card games we're playing when we were kids, but as you're playing that story, you're not feeling like you're playing that game that you were playing when you were a kid. You're feeling like you're playing something else. That's why it's magic about that project as well. And what I really like about it is that kids, little kids from 7, I guess, or even earlier, if they are not too dumb, they can play those games as well, because usually those visuals are more for grown-ups or teenagers, from D&D set or role-playing stuff that is quite complicated for the little kids to play. But with that collection, as the games are very basics, they'll be able to play with grandpa even, because even grandpa know those games. And I'm quite pleased to think that maybe this collection will bring back the card game on the table, classic card game. Because my kid is 11, don't want to touch a classic 54 card game, but because because the cards doesn't look interesting at all. But last winter, with my card game, he wanted to know how we can play with it. And I felt like it doesn't really matter the game as long as we can play with that card game. So yeah, he discovered a lot of classic games that I was playing when I was his age. And he did enjoy it. So I'm like, okay, I'm up to something interesting here. And exhibition after exhibition, I feel like people seem to really like the idea. So it really motivates me to, for example, instead of staying in my bed because my back hurts, just wake up, go and draw. You don't lose your time trying to sleep when you can't. Just wake up and go on your table, drawing table, and draw, my friend. Yeah, and this project is really, I'm really motivated with that project, knowing that people are so hype about that project that make you hype as well, and knowing that I can draw whatever I want is it's a bonus. Because I did draw a fantasy card game before that, just before that. It was 2022. I don't know if you know the card game 1,000 Miles. 1,000 miles. So you trying to build up 1,000 of kilometers in France. And so you have cards that make you stop, like I don't know, flat tires or a red traffic light, stuff like that. And so you have cards as well to make you able to go again. And an editor came to me and said that he wants to keep that mechanic, but playing a dungeon crawling card game instead. So we kept the mechanic. We changed all the I did draw a brand new visual, and we added an event deck as well, so we can find objects and fight monsters. So we had I had a good fun drawing that. And but when I, from time to time I wanted to draw stuff, and the editor was like, no, we don't go that way, blah blah blah. And so and the more frustrating part was that in the end, when I finished to draw his project, he said, okay, thank you, goodbye. And I felt like, oh, ouch. I felt like I did design that game, and I made it look like what it's looking like, really cool, fun, first view, pretty cool dungeon crawling card game, and now it's not mine anymore, and so it did hurt a little bit. So I said, no, I don't want that anymore. I'm gonna draw my own stuff, and nobody's gonna take it from me. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm to check out the time, because it's gonna be time for everybody to wake up at 7, so to keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the other hand up. Oh yeah, and the fact that it's all about what I like to draw. It's just so much better, and I can go the way I want to go. I can go as fast or as slow as I want. I don't have deadlines. I made up my own deadlines that sometimes just fuck me up, but my wife keeps telling me that you don't have to have 7 figures by month. You impose that to yourself, but in real, you draw as quick, as fast, or as slow as you want, and people just follow you, and it will be ready when it will be ready. And so I just like, okay, now I'm gonna stop stressing out because it's not ready in the end of the year, and just enjoy. And that's what I'm doing. Just enjoying the process, and I know, because the way it works is that just a month or two before I finish to draw the new set, I'm doing pre-sales, and because I need 2,500 euro to be able to make a 500 deck. And so to get that, I do pre-sales, and after 130 deck being sold on pre-sales, I have the money I need to do those 500. And yeah, last year people did follow, and I didn't have to add a lot from my pocket to make that happen. And I guess, you know, this year is going to be even better because more people know about that. More people wait about me finishing it to buy it, in France at least. And not forgetting the 54 people that are on the deck, because it's real people. Because every time you see a face, it's something that's playing that character. So I think those guys gonna buy the deck anyway, and probably more than one, because you know you want to make present for your family and friends, and your face is in there. So no, it was not a fundraiser. I did wonder if I'm gonna do that, but they take a percentage of that, and I felt like I don't need a lot of sales to be able to get the money I want. And the fact that if in the end of the 2 months, for example, we don't get the money that is needed, everybody get back his money, and I'm like, with no money at all for. And the fact as well that there is a lot of people that come to my studio, my art studio, to give me, physical money to get that deck. It's not compatible with. I mean, it was too tricky. So I said, I'm just gonna do pre-sales. And so I will take the money from the internet. I will take the money from the people around, and so. And I will put that on the little piggy bank, and as soon as we get all the money we want, it can take 1, 2, or 3 months. But as soon as we get the money, we do the card game. So everybody seemed to be okay with that, and it did work very well. And like I said, probably gonna work even better this year. Yeah, and I feel like I have enough people on my community, people now that's following that project, to being able to just doing myself. Don't really need a big platform. I don't, and I'm not trying to, because there is only 500, and that's it. I'm not planning to do more, at least before the end of that collection. So I don't really want to sell those 500 very quickly. So I'm not gonna go everywhere being crazy trying to sell the game. I'm very happy that people buying the game, of course, but I'm not into trying to sell everything very quick. I much prefer knowing that I don't know, somebody that come along from the 5th games, that I'm gonna draw and discover my project from that point, and this guy being able to buy the first one because it's still available. See, because if as soon as the 3rd game, the first one is not available anymore, it's not very fun. You can't, you're gonna have to wait like 7 years before the first one is gonna be re-edited. And I'm not sure I want that for those guys. So I much prefer thinking, those card games are on my box and available for people that discover the project and made the effort to you know, to find it and heard about it, and people like you now so yes, it's gonna make a pile of big boxes of card games on my studio, but I'm gonna have to find a nice room for those for those big boxes. But yeah, it's a from the heart project, and yeah, I'm not into being rich with that. It's just a passion project. So that if people are on board and wants to get it, it's available. But it's not the card game you see in every shop. You see what I mean? Because even around, you know, I have already 2 places here that have the card game available in their shop, but it's just because they really want to have it, and but they didn't buy it. They just, you know, it's a deposit. So you give them like 12 deck, and they display it, and when they sell a card game, they took like €2 and give you 15, and well, that's a sale. So I win money only when they sell the card game. So I'm not into doing that all over Brittany, because I won't have any reserves to sell anymore, because all those card games will be on everywhere around, and I don't have any more. So I'm not interested to do that either. Only if, you know, this shop really wants to have it. So I'm like feeling happy enough to put some in their shop. But that's not the goal. The goal is to do it internally, and the way I'm doing it is fine for me. I've been following through Dash during the project work here and there. That's nice. You're a follower in the shadow. So yeah, if you're around, I'm speaking French most of the time, so I guess it's really easy to understand that you don't really want to get involved into the chat. But if you're around, don't hesitate, because I can switch from French to English quite easily. So this alchemist, yeah, let's talk about this alchemist. So she was an alchemist from the clubs, the big warlocks, the bad guys. That's the cards I have over my head. So as you see, we see that they are not very good people. Black magic, voodoo, and stuff like that. So she was the alchemist, and if she managed to hypnotize you, yeah, she will lure you onto her catacombs, and yeah, you will never get out of this, because she will experiment stuff on you, and you won't be able to see the light of the day again. And apparently she's dead and keep going. That's probably a good thing to be friend with a necromancer. So even dead, she keep going her activities. But she's now into the banner of the dead, but yeah, still doing the same thing. Trying to hypnotize you and probably gonna lure you into her catacombs. Ding, 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 ding. If you want to go back to French, please do. I don't mind. It's a beautiful language. I just enjoy having some sound. But I mean, all my French friends are at bed apparently. So usually, but it's not usual because you know this morning it was very early when I decided to wake up. But when you start very early, you get the English community. French are asleep. The French are sleeping right now. But I know I will come back at 9:13 a.m. this morning, and I will probably have more French around at that time. But yeah, I'm gonna manage to do a good 2 hours before the day starts, so it's good. Hey Christo, you're doing a spooky character. Yeah, we are in the same time zone, so yeah, spooky. Yeah, I started the undead, so the 6 next cards will be quite spooky. And I will do the vampire next, so they're probably less spooky, but still vampires. But they are really sophisticated characters. So oh, bah c'est bien. It's good to know that the main character of that card is gonna be finished before the end of that stream, and when I come back at 9:30, I can work on the background. gonna be her catacombs. We're gonna have a table made with those behind her here, with strange bottles on top, and probably just a foggy background, because the main color of the ended is white, but you know, very nasty looking white, really sicky, is that a word? Unhealthy white, you know, dirty white, but still white, with very washed out colors. Because I'm trying to make all my cards, you know, all the families, all the different banners still having their own colors. So when you have a dwarf cards on your hand, you know it's a dwarf cards, because there's more yellow in there than the other cards. Or the Celtics are really blue, and so the ended will be very white, grayish, you know. You have, you know, even before seeing the figure, you know, it's ended. Alors, we're gonna make the background of this hand being more darker, so we can see the tone better. That's the thing with those illustrations. It's always about, you know, contrast. You have something light in front, it needs to be dark back behind that. So we can see, yeah, we can see his tone better now. It's always, you know, trying to find a nice balance with the tone and the colors, so you can see everything you need to see. Yeah, much better. Ok, alors ensuite, Bien, bien, bien. Okay, donc now get back to pencils, because I'm gonna draw those this weird looking table. That I want to make, made with those skull and bone parts. Quite creepy. So to make sure that those cards are creepy, I'm using a real photo of those stuff. Yeah, this word is coming out very weirdly, but it doesn't matter. Maybe calme-toi, pas que le crâne soit plus gros que... Yeah, it's too big. Okay, I'm gonna make it smaller. Yeah, I like this effect here. I will be heading out now, but art is looking great. See you later. Thank you very much, the Crunchy Fox, for coming around. And yeah, come back anytime you want. You'll be always welcome. Thank you for passing by. Thank you, Damage, as well, for the raid. So of course that picture that I have here is just an inspiration. qu'est-ce que ça donne? Peut-être un truc moins, avec une perspective un peu moins importante que ça. Ah, 6h30. Commence à arriver dans les heures à laquelle je me réveille d'habitude. Dire que ça va pas tarder à se terminer. Exeromac. Je sors du Lord, comment ça va? Ça va. Un peu moins la tête dans le cul que quand j'ai commencé. Et je vais pas tarder à aller préparer le petit déj. Ouais, je vais arrêter là. Je reviens à 9h30 tout à l'heure. Et toi, comment va? Bon bah c'est cool. Je sais pas si on verra tout à l'heure, mais en tout cas, c'est prévu. Ce qui n'était pas prévu, c'est que je stream, que je commence à streamer à partir de 5h. C'est déjà un bon petit 1h49, c'est bien. Ouais, au moins je sais que je vais finir ma carte ce matin. Ok, bah alors du coup, à tout à l'heure tout le monde. See you later everybody. I'm gonna stop my stream right now. Je vais m'arrêter maintenant. Je vais aller préparer le petit déj pour tout le monde. Et puis je reviendrai à 9h30. Ce soir on se couche tôt. Bah de toute façon comme tous les soirs, hein. Maintenant on m'a imposé de me coucher tôt le soir. Je me couche tôt le soir, mais du coup le matin après bah... j'ai envie de dormir, j'ai envie de me lever. Donc mon dos veut plus que je reste au lit, on va dire. Donc voilà. Donc à tout à l'heure. Bon petit déj pour ceux qui vont déjeuner et puis bon dodo pour ceux qui vont se coucher. Salut, à plus tard.